MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM is excited to bring you 2017 Colorado High School football. Tonight's game features the Steamboat Springs Sailors and your Moffat County Bulldogs. Tonight's game is brought to you by these Moffat County Proud businesses: Craig Family Dental, Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, there's only one, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises 24/7, Miller Family Appliance Sales and Service, 3B Enterprises Sand, Gravel, and Rock Products, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Justin Kowchek Agency, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, I'm loving it, D&P, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook Chevrolet, Ford, Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, machines that move mountains, your Kubota dealer, F & Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, home of the Spartans, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. You're watching Bulldog football on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Over 7 million kids play high school sports in the U.S. Just 4% of those go on to play sports in college. An even lesser percentage of those athletes earn athletic scholarships in college. 6.2% of college football players move on to play professionally, and just 2.4% of college basketball players move on to play professionally. High school sports give kids the chance to strive, dream, and set realistic goals in their lives. We are the Colorado High School Activities Association. Tonight's keys to the game, sponsored by Craig Family Dental, Memorial Regional Health, Severson Supply and Rental, and Bank of Colorado. Number one, pressure the quarterback, Shane.
Well, you know, we're up here in a rivalry game, the biggest rivalry in the valley. It's Moffat County and Steamboat, and Steamboat has went out and they have recruited some big receivers off the basketball team. What are they, like 7'4" and 6'8"? Not quite, but they're tall. And the deal is, get in there, pressure that quarterback before he can step up and make that throw to these big, tall receivers.
Number two, the Bulldogs have to sustain drives.
And we have talked about this all year. It seems as though our Bulldogs will be marching steadily down the field. Run for 8 yards, run for 5, run for 6, run for 7, and all of a sudden that ill-timed first down pass. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. Until we need to throw the ball, just keep moving it down the field and running it.
And then number three, Shane, we wrote down 2 words, and it was bounce back. Tell us what we were meaning when we said that, bounce back.
You think about it, last week, it doesn't get any more emotional for a high school program than when they have their homecoming. The community's involved, you've got parades, you've got powder puff, you've got everything going on. You come out full of emotion and you leave it all on that field. Well, now you come up to a Steamboat team that I believe only has 1 win now on the season, and it would be very easy to come out flat. So you got to bounce back and come out here, have the same emotion, stay on that even keel, and play the way you've been playing.
Bulldogs got to pressure the quarterback tonight. They got to sustain drives, and they got to bounce back. We'll be right back with opening kickoff. You're watching Moffat County Bulldog football right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. So the Bulldogs are going to receive as they won the coin toss. Bulldogs with a huge win last week, Shane, against Coal Ridge for homecoming.
Yeah, you know, looking good right now in this league. And now you step over here to Steamboat. Got to continue this trend of good games, make good play calls, and as we said, hustle yourself to death out there. Leave it all on the field.
And short kick, onside, going to be taken by Jefferson Pyatt. He'll cover it up wisely, and the Bulldogs will take over on the 35.
Hey, great field awareness right there. He wasn't dropping back to make his block already. He was totally in tune. You know, Steamboat expects that to be a placement kick where you get to the guy as he's already going back to make the block. Gives us great field position. And we've talked about that. Teams more and more are starting to say there's not a huge difference if you try to to dink it or onside kick it from where you're going to start anyway. So here's the first offensive play of the game for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs in their double wing. Toss sweep. And maybe going to get back to the line of scrimmage was Navarez.
Not good numbers when you see 4 red and black jerseys compared to only the runner on the outside. And we're going to lose yardage here on this first play. And already you can see, we said we've got to bounce back. We've got to come out on fire instantly. You can't let homecoming drag into this week because this game is huge. It's rivalry week. Who owns the Valley?
Power eye right up the gut. There's a huge push. Dominic Passetti just pounding his way ahead, but he went for 10 yards without being touched because of a great push by that O-line.
Yeah, great job by the left side of our offensive line. And now here's also what we talked about right off in the game. It worked. Do it again. Run it to the left. If you want to run it to the right, that's fine, but keep punching right up the gut. No need to change anything, but I saw a few players looking at their wristband. It makes me wonder if the tendency we talked about, if it's going to be a pass.
And they'll try to get it to Dominic Passetti, and he's wrapped up by a host of sailors. They're going to lose 4 on that play. Dominic's one of those downhill runners. You want to give him the ball going downhill. He's not going to run lateral. When he runs downhill, we saw the play before, what he's capable of. Get him with a head of steam smashing forward behind that great line. That line is Jared Baker, Braden Barnes, Colby Beckett, Zane Shipman, and Torrin Hume. Also at tight end, we got Cale Scranton and Mickey Klemper.
So obviously it wasn't a pass, but it was something unconventional when they went to the wristbands. Let's just hit it straight at him.
Colby Beaver back to pass, sprint. And he's going deep, looks for Klemper, and well out of reach, falls incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd and long after such a great second down and initial first down. Now they're in a hole. 3rd and long. Bulldogs have 2 wide. Hitch route to Klemper, and he's going to be able to get a couple. He runs hard, gain of 3, but the Bulldogs are going to have to punt.
So you had single coverage on the bottom of the field here. You had Scranton. Good idea up there going to Mickey. You can come back now where you do that pump fake, come to your single coverage on the bottom. As you said, now it's going to be a 4th down. No big deal, okay? Shift this field position. You've moved the ball just enough to pin Steamboat deep in their own end and play some defense.
Sit down, Lance. Sit down.
And Bulldogs ready to punt. That's Navarez punting. It's a nice high punt. Fielded just outside the 10. Looks like to be near the 15, where the Sailors will get their first chance on offense. And the Sailors show gun. They got a slot to the top side of the field, far side, 2 wide receivers. And they'll try to give it right up the middle, and nothing there. Probably going to lose a couple on that play. Good defense by your Bulldogs. Hickson and Teeter in at linebacker, outside linebackers, middle linebacker, Mickey Klemper. It's Hickson and Klemper in on that tackle. Good enough for a short gain. Going to get Steamboat back to the original line of scrimmage.
Another great play by our defensive line there and our linebackers. So big play early in this ball game.
Moffat County defense starting off great. There's the blitz by Klemper. He's in. Loose ball.
Yep.
It's down. We'll see who's got it. It looks like, waiting for the call. Looks like Steamboat's going to have it back. Ball was on the ground. Moffat County was sending some heat, and the Sailors are going to have to punt. And it is going to give Moffat County great field position.
Yeah, let's put some heat on this punt now.
Back to receive is Klemper and Navarez. 4th and 15.
The punter with his heels against the back of the end zone. Oh, it's blocked!
Block it! And is it picked up? And it is! That's Hume! Hume gets in there. That's number 50, Torrin Hume. Does a heck of a job. He gets in there, blocks the punt, recovers his block. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Hey, now here's the beauty of MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Stop right now. Rewind it. He literally, Hume comes in, catches the punt off the punter's foot. It looks like, gets the touchdown. It might have hit the ground, but he's in there. Not very often you get the punt block, and you recover the fumble, and you score the touchdown. The quadfecta right there, folks.
Great play by Torrin Hume, the senior, getting it done on defense. Extra point attempt by Axel Mendoza.
That was such a quick score. Caught a couple of our linemen off guard. Get in there. Here we go.
And the kick is up and good by Mendoza. 7-0 lead with 7:44 left here in the first quarter. Bulldogs lead. You're watching Bulldog football right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Axel Mendoza set to kick off for the Bulldogs.
What a great start, as we wanted to happen. Start strong and fast, and they do. There's a nice kickoff. Steamboat with the return.
Steamboat trying to get to the edge, has a little bit of running room, breaks a tackle. Finally, the Bulldogs come in and make a tackle. That was Hickson getting the solo near the 30. Sailors will keep it spread out. They go with trips for the first time and flag. Let's see what the call is. Looks like it's going to be against the Sailors. And procedure, back them up 5, and it'll be 1st and 15.
I think that's one of those ones where the center came up, my friend, and moved that ball way too much as he got ready to center it.
So trips receivers, they'll motion, give right up the middle, option look. Good enough for a gain of maybe 1. Shotgun pistol formation for the Sailors. Trips receivers to the near side.
And this will challenge
back
the
to
corners.
pass. First pass of the game. They put it up. Single man coverage. He's got the catch and he's got running room. He's to the 30. The Bulldogs are going to run him down near the 20. But we talked about that earlier, pass coverage. You've got to have good pass coverage, and what happens is you got a 6'4 wideout out there, and you got another 6'3 wideout that Steamboat has. That's tough to cover those tall receivers.
Well, and our cornerback out there, he totally tripped himself, tripped over his own feet. He seemed to be kind of in position, but he got turned around, fell down, left a streaking wide open receiver, and thank goodness for our hustling players to get down there and make that tackle. But now, just like that, you've let Steamboat think they have a chance here. You've let them back in this.
Always tough to cover when someone's in a trips receivers look like that because we were manned up on that far side. You are on an island all by yourself. Split backfield, back to throw. Steamboat will throw it up to the tall man. High jump and no good. Good defense there. Heads up play by Connor Etzler because it looked like Diego Epninger was going to pull down that ball, but or wasn't Diego, it was Mac Rinker, that's 6'3 junior. He's tall and he's got hops and he came down with it, but it was a great heads up play by Etzler, ripping the ball out and causing the incompletion.
Well, let's talk about that now. This is just, we're having the same thing happen in college and the NFL now. Completion of the catch. If he doesn't rip that out, obviously it's a touchdown. So great job not allowing him to finish the catch.
Quarterback draw, running right up the middle. He's got room. First down for the Sailors. Good play call by the Sailors. And I'm going to tell you something, Shane, that if the Sailors are thinking, they're thinking, man, we threw the ball up twice. We got a 6'3 receiver and we got a 6'4 receiver. They weren't even perfect passes. What they were is they're catchable passes that you out-jump the DB. If your receiver can get position and you can out-jump them, they're going to make a lot of catches tonight. Bulldogs got to get good position. That's how you're going to stop that.
Steamboat, an exact reverse of Moffat County. Whereas we run to set up the pass, tonight Steamboat is passing to set up the run.
First down and goal for the Sailors. They'll go under center this time. Back to pass, straight drop back, good rush by the Bulldogs. He'll throw it up just like we said. Incomplete, good coverage. Over there by Etzler once more, and that's the position we're talking about. Etzler got position, and he made it uncatchable. That's what you got to do all night, DBs. If you do that, you're going to be okay.
Tell you what, my friend, that reminds me of the glory days. I remember years ago, Chris Jones, my main man who's running a business now in Moffat County. In fact, he's the president of a bank. He would drop back, throw that fade to Richie Kerr. And boy, he would go up and get it. Some names, some blasts from the past there, buddy.
Good stuff back then. Power football and some great teams back in the early 90s. Same formation for the Sailors. Pro look, split backfield. Option. Takes it down the line. He's got room. He makes the corner, and he's in as there's no one there to stop the option. He could have pitched it too. Assignment football, and the Sailors have themselves a great answer to the Bulldog touchdown, and the Sailors are looking to tie it up.
Well, here we go. If that drive shows us anything, this might be a high-scoring affair. And here is the extra point attempt, and it is good. Steamboat, one thing they always have is great kickers.
Kick is up, kick is good, and it's 7-7 with 5:37 on the clock. You're watching Bulldog football right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. All right, Steamboat ready to kick off. Huge drive for them.
Hey, let's be honest, my friend. We felt by the way that first series went and the way the Bulldogs played defense, we didn't think Steamboat was going to have any luck doing much of anything tonight, and now they have belief, and they believe they can do it, and we are in a dogfight here.
Going to be offsides on the Sailors. They'll have to re-kick it.
Yeah,
You're right, Shane. What we noticed right off the bat, I mean, when we ran the just straight lead dive over that left side, we ran it once, it went for 15. We saw Passetti go in there and run for 10 yards before he was ever touched. That's what the Bulldogs got to do. That's what's going to win them this game. That's what we saw them do against Coleridge, and they would pound it down the field, and then sometimes you'd get away from the things that you do best, and weren't able to convert on a couple of great drives. And we got all the way down in the red zone and then couldn't convert. Tonight, it looks like Steamboat came to play. We got to sustain those drives, one of our keys to the game, and finish them off.
Follow those Lombardi rules. If it's working, keep doing it until they stop it.
Etzler calling his name a lot. He's got it. Good return as he finds a seam and brings it out near the 50. Nice return, Connor Etzler.
Here we go. We've said it, and we're going to say it right now live on the air. Run it right off the center to the left side. Run the power I.
Going to be Navarez. Back to pass. Bulldogs looking. Cross route. Klimper wide open. Nice play. Came across. He was the right tight end. He came clear underneath as he cleared the linebackers. Nice play. Nice throw by Beaver. And a first down for your Bulldogs.
And Klimper was on fire last week, so I like the idea of putting it in your playmaker's hands. We've got Klimper, who's just been killing it the last few weeks. And then on the other side, you've got Scranton. Get it in their hands however you can, but now let's come back with that power run, mash it up the middle.
Great job by the Bulldog line, giving Beaver lots of time to throw on that last reception. Motion sweep, we've got the corner, has to cut it back in. Still a good gain on first down, we'll call it 4. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Bulldogs. They'll stay in the double tight, double wing. Beaver barking out the signals. This time it's Dominic Passetti. And counter back the other way to Navarez. And he's going to be close to the first down. Looks to be about a yard shy.
Alex running hard, and he's our speed back. So right now challenging the edges before we come back to that run up to gut.
Hey, power I, Shane. You called it a few plays ago. Their power I left. There's the play you wanted. Oh my goodness. Shane, you called it. Run it again.
Hey,
good for 10 or 15. That's 2 times in a row they've ran that play, and the left side of the line just caves that Steamboat defense.
Hey, if I'm psychic on that, this whole room right here, including our cameraman, Lance Scranton, we're all psychic because we said keep running until they stop it.
And play whistle dead, flags all over the place. We'll see what the call is. Looks like the Bulldogs were going to run it again. I like it.
Yep.
That's what you want to do. Make them stop it. It sets up other things. But we have a procedure on the Bulldogs. It's going to back them up. Going to be a 1st and 15. Same formation. Power I left. 3 running backs in the backfield. And they'll run the counter off of that. And maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
And although our big tailback didn't have the ball, you see he goes untouched down to the end zone. So, hey, come back to it. And I know we're saying this over and over, but if it is successful, follow the Lombardi rules where you say, hey, we are going to run it until you stop it and you adjust to it, and then we'll do something else. But if it works, we're going to keep doing it until you stop it.
Hey, you run that play, Dominic Passetti's going to have about 200 yards rushing. He's got 30 yards rushing on just running it twice.
Run the power back here. Let's see what we've got up our sleeve. 2nd and long.
Back to pass is Beaver. Pump fake. Hits the running back in the flat. Navarez makes a guy miss. Nice run. Cuts against the grain. And gets a big gain. Would have been a gain of about 5. But the would-be tackler is left at his heels. Good run and a nice gain for the Bulldogs.
Hey, let's give some credit here now. This is the first time that I've seen our quarterback, Beaver, dropped back, and he surveyed the field. He got his first read, second. They were not open, and instead of throwing that pick, which being a young quarterback, he's done quite a few times this season, he comes to his third read, who's wide open in the flat for a big gain.
Power eye right this time. Haven't seen that yet. They'll dive it to that side. And look at that. Untouched until he got tackled. And if I'm Dominic, I'm yelling over there, run it again, coach, run it again.
Yeah, our offensive line just dominating right now at the point of attack. If you just keep running it right at him, and that was the first down, a big bunch of yardage that was needed, and we put it together. And now it's first and goal as you see the flags go down.
First and goal on the 6 for your Bulldogs. See if they can punch it in. It's going to go toss sweep to Navarez. Makes a couple guys miss. Able to gain about 1 on the play. Going to bring up a second and goal from the 4. All right, Bulldogs will line up. Same formation. Teeter at the fullback. Dominic Navarez at the wings. Bulldog motion. That time they're going to bootleg. Look for the pass on the flat. Looks to Kel Scranton. Oh, just out of reach. If he could have pulled it in, it was going to be out of the end zone anyways. Out of the back of the end zone, it looked like. And no good. Brings up a third down and goal.
And trickery when you don't need trickery. Right now, I'm going to run it at you, and you need to stop me. Here we go. Fingers crossed for a run up the middle, and they're going to go counter outside.
And he's in. That's Navarez. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That's how you answer. Nice drive by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs set for extra point. They want to bring it back to 7. And that looks to be right down the middle. 14-7 lead for the Bulldogs with 59 seconds left in this first quarter. You're watching Bulldog football on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Bulldogs ready to kick.
Exciting ball game so far, my friend. 14-7, and points are coming quickly, and they're not at a premium.
Taken near the 5 by the Sailors, trying to bring it towards the hometown bench. And breaking tackles and running hard is the Sailors. And finally, the Bulldogs will wrap him up, but not before he made a few miss. Nice return for the Sailors out to the 35. Sailors will run trips receivers to the far side.
Look, already our corners are talking to each other. Seems to be a little bit of confusion out there. You better know who you're covering against this offense.
And they'll throw it up. Same formation then. Oh, and he has it, and he loses it. And a flag down.
So we talked about this a minute ago. Etzler, we thought, might have gotten away with the pass interference, and I think this time they're going to call it. But again, it was a great aggressive job, but he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar, I think.
So the penalty is going to be pass interference on the Bulldogs. In high school football, remember, that's a 15-yard penalty. It's not at the spot. So automatic first down for the Sailors. Same formation trips, and they are throwing that jump ball up tonight. Back to pass, same exact play, one-on-one coverage, and another flag, and that's what the Bulldogs are going to have to worry about, because they're going to keep doing it. They're going to go, they're putting us on an island, and that's tough. When you're a DB by yourself over there, and you're giving up height like that. Right now, that was number 9. Tyler Doan. He's 6'3", and he's getting single coverage right now by Etzler, who's 5'10". That's tough when you're by yourself over there. You need to get some safety help, some bump off the line, some pressure defense, something to delay that throw.
Adjustment time now. There's no shame. Have your corners come in their little group where they're on the edge. Switch over now. Let's go ahead and have Scranton give it a shot. Etzler's played great tonight. He's prevented a couple touchdowns, but now he's having a little bit of problems. Switch your corners here now, but there's so many receivers in this awesome offense. Here we go.
Give right up the middle to the tailback. Good for a couple. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
And as we yeah, I mean, I think Steamboat, we talk on both sides of the ball here. I'd go right back to that fade until we stop it. And
timeout, Moffat County. So actually that's going to run out the quarter, end of 1, and we are set with Moffat County at 14, Steamboat at 7 at the end of 1. I want to say thank you to all of tonight's sponsors. Say thanks to all these Moffat County proud businesses. Craig Family Dental, Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, DNP Contractors, Cook Chevrolet Ford and Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Eppin Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Grass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. It's because of them that we can bring you Moffat County Proud football. Steamboat Sailors, 2nd down and 7 coming up. There's the give right up the middle. He's got a seam and a huge gain. That was number 1, Cannon Reese, the senior, 5'10", 145 pounds, and he is quick. Steamboats spreading that Bulldog defense. They're finding some success throwing and running. Quarterback draw. That time it's sniffed out by the Bulldog defense. I believe that was Baker in on the tackle. Great play by the defensive lineman.
Yeah, one run too many now. As we said, Steamboat having such great success with their passing game, it has forced our defensive line and our linebackers, everybody basically on the defense, to totally respect that pass so much that it's allowed some cushion now for the runners. Now it's our job right now. We've got to get in there, got to put a little bit of pressure on that passer. Knock him around a little bit, make him not want to throw that so much.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Sailors. Option look, got some room, makes a man miss, and fumbles the ball and picked up by the Bulldogs, but they might have called him down. Let's see what the call is, and they do. They say he was down. He fumbled it, but it was the ground that caused it, so the Sailors will keep it. What a great run by the Sailors as he just juked out one of the Moffat County players.
Yeah, they're bringing. Okay, so we just had Gregory Hickson go off the field with an injury. Sure hope that young man's okay. One of our stud linebackers. There's a huge play by our interior defensive lineman as there's a blitz, and Klimper puts a stamp on the quarterback. Just what we just talked about. Make that quarterback know, hey, I'm here, and we're not going to let you stand back there and throw it all night without us putting a little bit of a love tap on you.
So a big 3rd down play by the... Oh, I got Shane throwing me numbers, trying to figure out what he's saying.
4th down.
Oh, 4th down, yeah. Big. That was a big 3rd down play I was saying before by the Bulldogs knocking them back a couple yards. But the Sailors got to get it here. They'll give it right up the middle, and I don't think he's going to get it as the Bulldogs swarm. And we'll see where the spot is. Looks to me to be short. Really hard to tell from the angle we're at. We're all the way down on the opposite 20-yard line is where we're looking from. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Turnover on downs. Good defensive effort by your Bulldogs. Sorry, on score. That would be huge for the Bulldogs. If they could take a drive for 85 yards, wouldn't that be sweet?
Huge defensive stand that was, and now let's see what our Bulldogs have up their sleeve.
Bulldogs are going to try to throw it on 1st down. There's the slant route. We liked that last week. Kel Scranton making people miss, and he's got a big gain. Gain of about 20 on the play with the old slant play. We love that call. We talked about it last week, and the more you can run the slant, it's such a hard route to cover as a DB, and the Bulldogs throw it really well.
Hey, let's get right here and talk about that now. With the cornerback out there, when you're on that island that you spoke of earlier, when you've got receivers, if they come off the line, if they just go straight on the go route, you've got to get behind them, and you can't know that they're going to cut inside for the slant, and we passed it very well this week and last week too.
Oh, ball's loose, flying around. I think a Bulldog got back on it. That could have been disastrous. You don't want to give it back to the Sailors.
Yes, and a Bulldog does come off the pile of the bottom. Let's see who that is.
That was Beckett. Good heads-up play by the senior as he keeps it for the Bulldogs. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. So, Shane, I see that Hickson is back on the field. That's good to see. Glad he's back. Does such a great job for the Bulldogs on offense and defense. And they'll give it to Hickson. He's sweeping around the outside, trying to get there, but there are just... Whoa, he breaks the tackle. What a play. he had 3 sailors on him right there, and he still got a couple yards.
Yeah, he turned something into nothing, and from literally 1 minute ago limping off the field, we weren't sure if he was going to be able to come back in. So, yes, Coach, I can do it when they call his number on offense. Great run. Oh, but now there's another injury on the field. We'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
So, Shane, I was really surprised to see Hicks. So, Hickson has battled this injury for several weeks, and he went off just the play before and hadn't run the ball and doesn't run the ball a lot. And then they put him back in, and he runs the ball, and he's one of your starting linebackers. He's so important on defense. I hope he's okay.
Well, and now, as we just saw, he's hurt, and we can only hope that he comes back in. But he literally, in real time, had just 2 plays before with a big limp. Barely got off the field under his own power and sent right back out there. And now he may not return this game the way it looked. He was hurting, so we can only send our thoughts and prayers out to that young man and his family that he's okay.
3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs. And they'll try to run it right up the middle to Teeter. He runs hard, makes one guy miss, but not going to be near enough for a Bulldog first down, and we're going to be forced to punt.
Okay, so the Bulldogs looking to punt here. Let's see how they got a nice high punt in the air. Steamboat back there to receive it. A lot of room to return it.
Trying to make Bulldogs miss, and we're going to get a block in the back, I believe, on the Bulldogs actually there. And you don't see that very often when you're going down to make the tackle and you're trying to have your punt cover team, but it looked to me like it was a Bulldog hitting a sailor in the back. I hope that's not the case, but let's see what the call is.
Yeah, let's keep it right here, and we'll see what the officials decide on here. And, man, this would be a tough one and give them even better field position in a game that feels
and it is, Shane. They say block in the back on the Bulldogs, so instead of the Sailors taking the ball around the 30, they're going to move it way up. And they're going to have good field position to begin this drive.
Yeah, good eyes and a good call for what was going on down there, my friend. And in a game that feels like the Bulldogs should be up already by a lot, it's a 14-7 ball game, and it is anybody's game.
Sailors say, hey, we ain't going to do anything different. They spread it out, trips receivers to the near side. Give right up the middle, and a little stumble bum. Call that when the running back goes down, but he puts that arm down to the ground and is able to dive ahead for another yard. And maybe a short gain for the Sailors.
Yeah, you know, and I'm just shocked that Steamboat is not going back to those fades. They had great luck with that, and I'm sure that our Bulldog corners and linebackers and safeties right now are thankful for that too.
Well, and when the Sailor offense worked inside is when they threw the fades. So they throw the fades outside, then they come back with those hitters up the middle. And so I wouldn't be too, Shane, I think you're right. I think what you're going to see here is you're going to see a fade. You're going to see some kind of pass to the outside. Wouldn't be surprised if they went to the top side of the field to the single receiver. Let's see what they do.
Yep. Sailors with that signal from the sideline now, making their decision, their changes in this pistol spread offense. Here's the fade.
That's exactly what they do. They throw the fade, and it's caught by the Sailors. And you called it, Shane. You said, and we said, yeah, they're going to go back to it, and that's exactly what they did. And now they try to soften up the defense by doing that, and then they pound it back up the middle.
And look, we have number 22 now, Connor Etzler. He comes off the field injured after that play also, and they started to pick on him a little bit the last couple series, and now we're going to have a brand new player.
Brand new player coming in, so that will be Connor Murphy taking his spot. He's a junior. He does a good job. Have him in my weightlifting class. Connor Murphy does a good job. Hard-working kid.
I hope he's ready to go because he's going to get work.
And Sailors looking to the sideline, switching it up, getting the call brought in from the sideline based on the Moffat County defense. Steps back to throw, and under pressure, that's Baker. Great job, number 56, Jared Baker with the sack.
Hey, and we talked about this now. There is that quick pressure. Steamboat, for the first time tonight, they tried to go under center, 5-step drop. No time for that slow developing pass. They just got to keep trying to throw that fade, and I hope they don't. Because that play right there, huge loss when they tried to go a longer pass route, like I said, with a 5-step drop. Big defensive play as one of our keys to the game. Get that quarterback.
back under center. They'll go back to the option. Quarterback will keep it. Has room to run. The pitch. Nobody there for the pitch man. Kel Scranton with a touchdown-saving tackle as the Sailors come back to option, and they ran it to perfection. Option is assignment football. You got to know who you have. And that time, nobody had the quarterback and nobody had the pitch man. Good thing for the Bulldogs. I see dirty laundry on the field. Hopefully it's coming back on a holding.
Wow, what a traumatic penalty for Steamboat this will be, and what great fortune it might be for the Bulldogs, because I'll tell you what, right there on that play, it looked as though the Bulldogs defense had never worked.
And they're going to wave it off, Shane. The referees get together, they talk about it, and they say, well, no flag. So bad luck for the Bulldogs. They were hoping that would go against the Sailors. The Sailors are finding some things out that work. The Bulldogs got to make some adjustments on defense and slow this Sailor offense down.
And
all right, we're back here, folks. It looks like they're just outside the 10-yard line from our angle. And option again, quarterback makes the man miss. And a good gain for the Sailors on first down. And they are inside the Bulldog 10, and they are threatening. Sailors with the split backfield, call that the veer. They'll just dive it straight ahead, and they are going to lose a yard on that play.
Yeah, good thing for us that they try to go back up to the middle, the stoutest part of our defense, and we're okay. If they want to keep trying to run it at our best defensive lineman, go ahead, because our goal line defense tonight, as it's had to be, has been huge. A little bit of a loss on that play, and it's going to bring up a third now, and they can still get a first down because I see both of the sticks are up. So 3rd and 4, we'll call it, my friend. Okay, we're talking about now responsibility football. If they run that option, you got to know who hits the quarterback, who hits the running back, and who finishes it on the edges.
And delay a game on the Sailors, that is a killer.
Wow.
Talk about shooting yourself in your own foot. Instead of 3rd and 3, it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Wow, that is huge. And we'll just keep it right here because they're just going to stay with the same play call, but they have the ability to change the play from the sideline.
And fade route coming. They'll throw it up. And is it picked? Oh, almost. Good coverage there by Spencer Brown. Took a great angle, went up, and almost picked it off.
Yeah, he had the ball in his hands. He did everything but cash the check. And we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
All right, Steamboat's going to line up for the field goal. Wouldn't be surprised if they ran a fake here either, Shane. They always have good kickers, though. We'll see if they can put it through the uprights. It is up. It's low. I don't know if it has the distance, and it does not. It goes below the crossbar. No good. And the Sailors are denied again. They've been inside the Bulldog red zone 2, maybe even 3 times, and they have not been able to get any points out of it, and that just has to be demoralizing.
Yeah, huge play by our defense, and our best friend of our Bulldogs today has been our goal line defense, keeping us with the lead in this game.
Just under 3 minutes on the clock here in the first half. Bulldogs take over on their own 20. Back to pass is Beaver. Looking to throw it in the flat. Has a receiver. Kel Scranton pulls it in. He's got room to run. Breaks a tackle. Beautiful spin move. Breaks another tackle. Fights ahead out to the 45-yard line.
Whoa, and a flag comes in so late from the back judge who comes running over to throw it. Let's see what the call's going to be. We'll stay right here.
Well, and Shane, while they're figuring that out, one of the things that has been so good, you mentioned earlier how Beaver's looking at 2 and second reads. And the reason why he's getting to do that is because the offensive line for your Bulldogs is doing such a great job that Beaver has literally all day in the pocket. He sits back there. He does a great job. He reads that defense. He sees what receivers are open, and then he's letting it fly. And that is so huge for the Bulldogs passing game.
When you're on the money there, because, again, he looks at his first read, comes back to his second. Here's the call, and it's going to be on Steamboat.
Block in the back on Steamboat. Oh, and now they change it. Block in the back on Moffat County, they call. They pointed the wrong direction. So that's a killer after a huge play by your Bulldogs. They're going to back it up.
My goodness. I was hoping it was going to be offsetting. There was a block in the back on Steamboat, a block in the back on Moffat County. Very confusing for the crowd and people announcing the game when you're pointing the wrong direction. So yeah, the mark-off definitely, it's going to be from the point of where the play ended, so it's not quite as traumatic.
Yeah, point of the infraction. So instead of a 20-yard gain, it's going to be about a 10-yard gain for the Bulldogs and a first down.
Yep. So big difference there. You never like to see any penalties, but if it happens at the end of a huge run, it doesn't kill you. And I see now Clippers coming off the field for a rest here. Bulldogs now with 2:47 remaining till halftime. Beavers up under center.
And they'll give it right up the middle. Navarez has some room to run, makes a nice cut, and he's off to the races. He's going to be run down from behind. Good gain for your Bulldogs, brings it near the Steamboat 35. 2:34 on the clock, plenty of time for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with plenty of time, 1st and 10. And there's the sweep to Teeter. He's got a bunch of room. That's enough for another Bulldog first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily as they move the chains. What a push by that offensive line.
Yeah, and boy, was he running hard. So we had, during our break, we had Alex Navarra. He left the game. He had an injury to his ankle. He limped off the field, had to tap out. We bring it in. We give it to another one of our running backs who shows great speed. Gets us the first down, and now with 1:55 in the clock running, Bulldogs are on the Steamboat 26-yard line.
Back to pass are the Bulldogs. Got lots of time again. He's going for it all to Scranton. Oh, just off the fingertips. He lays out and almost pulls it in. What a great effort. Incomplete with 1:40 on the clock.
Now twice tonight, you've got fingertip catches. Some people say, oh, it hits his hands. He's got to catch it. But man, it's just so close because the Beaver just takes a little bit off those, just a millimeter short on those passes. The one down in the end zone to our left and the one that just happened, it's a touchdown. So it's a game of not inches, but a game of millimeters. So close yet so far away. The one good thing here, it stops the clock at 1:40.
I can't say enough about our O-line. Torrin Hume, Jared Baker, Braden Barnes, Colby Beckett, and Zane Shipman. They are doing one heck of a job just allowing Beaver to sit back there and read that defense. There's the give this time to Teeter. He's got room, and he's going to have another first down to the 14.
Yeah, and you're killing the clock right now. You're just gutting them up the middle. Just keep running that play. Give it to your big back now. Reward Passetti for all his good work earlier in this game. As you're on the 15-yard line, the clock's running with 1.5 minutes left in the first half. Finish with a touchdown, which is demoralizing hugely to Steamboat after they almost tied this ball game at 14.
Go right back to Teeter again. Good enough for a short gain. The clock will keep running. And you said it, this drive is so important right now. If the Bulldogs can get a field goal or a touchdown would be huge. Steamboat's going to get possession first in the second half as they will be receiving. But you don't want a one-possession game. You want to make it a two-possession game. And so some way you've got to get points on the board. Under a minute.
50 seconds on that clock. Now the clock is your enemy.
Bulldogs back to pass again. Looking for Klimper. Touchdown, Klimper. Beautiful pass as Beaver threads the needle, and he puts it right on the money.
So everything you wanted to do in that drive was accomplished. Great route by Klimper as he faked the block, and then he goes across the line of scrimmage, comes wide open. Perfect pinpoint pass by our quarterback, and now we have one of our linemen injured, having to tap himself out. I hope we have enough players on the field. Yes, we're going to bring one in. So again, what a fantastic throw and catch from Beaver to Klimper as we get our linemen in here on the field so we can kick this extra point.
Extra point attempt. Snap is down. Kick is up and good. Bulldogs lead 21-7 with 41 seconds left here in the first half. You're watching Bulldog football right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Bulldogs set to kick.
21-7, your Bulldogs.
Nice kick. That one's going to go. It's going to bring the return man all the way back to the 4. Steamboat trying to set up a wall here to the near side. They've got some running room as he takes it down the side and finally knocked out of bounds. That was number 27, the freshman Joe Campagna on the tackle.
Hey, Joe Campagna, my main man with a big tackle as a freshman. That's huge to come out under the Friday night lights and make a tackle like that. Back. Time for our cornerbacks to warm up their gloves because Steamboat, I would think, no, they're going to run that option. And the Bulldogs were thinking exactly what I was, that with the clock running in 25 seconds, they were going to toss up that pass to these big receivers. And all Steamboat does there is kill a ton of clock as it's down out of 16 seconds, 15, and take away probably any opportunity they had to score.
Little hooker out, and incomplete, stops the clock with 8.
You're right.
You know, Steamboat right now trying to figure it out with 8 seconds. See what they do on this, most likely the final play of the first half.
Yeah, my thought process is we run them to the outside. He's going to get big yards, but we're going to be at the end of the second quarter and into halftime. And your Bulldogs have played good enough to have a 14-point lead, and it's all about our goal line defense, as twice they have turned away drives and given up 0 points deep in the territory of the
And not
Bulldogs.
just goal line defense, Shane. We got to remember special teams block punt touchdown too. One of those touchdowns belongs to our special teams.
Well, very much so. Yeah, you think about that. It's only 2 touchdowns by our offense tonight. It's a 14-7 ball game. It's a huge play. Now let's take this opportunity to thank all of our awesome sponsors that make it possible for us to be here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
All right, sponsors like Craig Family Dental, Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance and Financial Services, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, DNP, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook, Chevrolet, Ford, Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, your Kubota dealer, Epp & Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. We will be right back with the second half of Bulldog football you're watching right now, right here on demand, MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
Oh, here we go. The second half of Bulldog football on demand on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM against the Steamboat Sailors is just about to get underway. And my friend, Mr. Kip Hapey, I believe this drive for Steamboat is going to tell the tale of the tape.
Nice kickoff. Going to hit the turf, bounce straight up, picked up by the Sailors near the 15. Makes a couple guys miss, going to be able to bring it out just past the 25.
Yeah, so my comment, tail of the tape, this drive is huge to this ball game for Steamboat Springs, obviously for the Bulldogs. If Steamboat can somehow score here, this is the ball game. But I think if the Bulldogs stop them here, it's going to be a long rest of the night for the Sailors as they run the option, which they've had a lot of luck with in the first half. This time the Bulldogs do a good job as Spencer Brown comes up to finish the tackle.
Yeah, when you're running option anytime as a defense, middle linebackers got dive man. But I mean, basic D. Outside linebacker has pitch man, and defensive end has got to put some wood on that quarterback. And right now, Bulldogs are going to pick up a huge sack. And does have a receiver there. They throw the flag in the backfield. Not sure what it is, as there was a receiver in the vicinity. We'll see if they talk about it.
Well, I sure hope this is one of those calls that's going to go against Steamboat, because Passetti with the huge quarterback sack, a huge loss. I hope they don't call some kind of a face mask, or the tackle where you grab them by the back of their collar. Here we go. This is a big call.
And they wave it off, just what I thought, because that quarterback did a heck of a job from Steamboat. He was going to have the sack. He was going to give it up, but he tucked it, and lucky for him, or maybe not so much luck, maybe he knew his man was going to be there, but there was a receiver in the vicinity. Referees did a good job. They waved it off. Brings up a long 3rd down and 10 for the Sailors.
Hey, so we love the fact that also right now we are able to go Facebook Live here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, and we're just going to announce the game like we always do, welcoming those viewers too on Facebook.
Hey, there we go. Bulldog defense getting it done. That time it was our defensive end, Beckett, taking care of business. Another flag, and we'll see what the call is.
Oh man, it could be a killer. You heard it from our top cameraman, Lance Scratton. He says face mask, that's a killer if it's the big one. And let's keep it here and see how much yardage they mark off. Oh, and they're only going to go with the 5-yarder, I believe.
Repeat the down. Going to be 3rd down again. 3rd and 7.
So again, your Bulldogs and Steamboat just underway in the second half. They're up 21-7 here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com on demand and Facebook Live. You got Kip Hafey and Shane Hadley doing the color commentary and the play-by-play. Lance Scranton doing our awesome camera work. We welcome all of our viewers.
Steamboat Springs showing veer formation, split backfield. Receiver split right to left. Looks like a broken play, and he is going to be brought down by 3 Bulldogs. Call it Passetti, Baker, and Hume. Maybe even Beckett in there as well. Great job by that defensive line of the Bulldogs. 4th down, Sailors are going to have to punt.
Why sure to be really nice.
Bulldogs are going to get great field position here. And it's a nice punt. Going to be taken by Klemper. Oh no, bounces off. But the Bulldogs, oh, there's a scramble for it. I don't know who's going to come up with it off the bottom of that pile. Sailors are saying they have it. Referees have not made a decision yet. And the referee still hasn't made a decision. Sailor ball and a huge turnover. We have a player down. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com.
Okay, so here we go. Bulldogs, there was an injury. We hope that that young man for Steamboat is okay. Turn over to my play-by-play boy, Skip Hafey.
Sailors will spread it out. Single man in the backfield right now. Gets another call from his coach over on the sideline. Oh, and it's picked up by Beckett. He could go all the way, or is that Klemper? That's Klemper that comes in and knocks it out. That is how you redeem yourself, folks. He muffed the punt, he gave it up, and he came back and he answered. Whoa, what a play.
Wow, how about that? He literally says, hey, I'll take that. Thank you very much. He comes in, takes the ball, as you said, after muffing the punt, giving huge possession over to Steamboat, takes it the distance, so he gets the sack, the fumble force, the fumble recovery, and the touchdown. Another quadfecta. Huge play for Klemper, and we had it live on Facebook, and we've got it here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com because of all the sponsors and because of Moffat County Proud. Wow!
Extra point is up and good. Bulldogs tack onto that lead. They're now up 28-7 with 9:34 left in this third quarter.
Wow, so perfect timing with the Facebook Live people. I'm going to give a shout out real quick to everybody, and then we'll take it down for right now. We're going to try to do this more often as the year goes on. We really appreciate you. So I want to say hi to Steve Walls. Hey, I watched your video that you got going on where you're showing the deer hunt with the bow and arrow, man. That's awesome. You and your family out there. Good stuff. Again, Johnny Garcia. Hello, Montana McCoy. What's up, Beth Foley-Payton? What's up, Renata? I know your son's out in the military doing great things for us. Your son, Renata Beeson, is a former football player for the Bulldogs. Tell him we said hi. Ryan Rodella, what is up? What's up, Angela Mosher? And what is up, Allison Arroyo Ricker? Thanks for joining us here on Facebook.com, guys, and we will be back a little bit later with the final score. We're out. Perfect.
Cool, man.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Just like we did with the middle school.
I almost missed it. I was like...
And I'm
So after the exciting turn of events, Bulldogs are able to tack on another 7. That was awesome. This one's going to go short, going to land near the 15. Oh, and muffed by the Sailors. And they are in trouble. They're going to get tackled near the 10.
So, hey, the beauty of MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com is that you have the ability, when you're watching an on-demand football game such as this one, you can press stop, you can rewind it, and you have got to watch the play, yeah, I'm a homer, by my nephew, Mickey Klemper, as he comes in, do the slowdown, watch it, rewind it, press play, do all the pause stuff, see what happens there, because it was so quick for us. He comes in, we believe, and just snatches the ball right off the quarterback's hands as he's trying to throw the fade and scores a huge return for a touchdown for the Bulldogs. So check it out and then come back to us here.
Sailors will run option, give to the fullback. Going to be good for about 4. Nice first down play for the Sailors.
Well, our defense comes out after halftime, and it looks like they did adjust a little bit. At least they're sending more men up the middle to try to hit that quarterback.
Pro formation split backfield for the Sailors. Been running a lot of option. Straight dive this time, and it's going to be near a first down for the Sailors. See where the final spot is. 3rd and short for the Sailors.
That's what I would do right there.
Quarterback sneak's going to pick it up for him. New set of downs coming up for Steamboat. Steamboat will go twins receivers to the near side. Motion to the backfield. Option again. Give to the fullback. And it's good for a couple.
Second down and 8 for Steamboat.
Give right up the middle to the fullback. Immediately hit by Baker. And maybe a yard.
Tremendous job all night long by our line, whether it's offensive line or defensive line. They are stout and they're doing a great job tonight. Big third down for Steamboat if they want to have any chance of staying in this game.
And delay a game, Steamboat, so instead of a 3rd and 7, let's back it up 5.
Oh my goodness, that's the second time tonight that Steamboat has had a delay of game, but not nearly as bad here as the one they had down here when they were deep in the red zone and they had a delay of game also. And at this point now, the Bulldogs threatening to just run away with this game as they should. Looks like they're just going to be happy to drop back. Oh, but he's got room! And he's going to get a first down, and what looked like nothing was there is going to be a big run and is going to lead to a first down. And wow, he just dropped back. I think the initial call, it looked like it was just a straight up quarterback draw because he never looked or scanned down the field, and it's a huge gain and keeps him alive in this game.
New set of downs coming up for the Sailors. Look for him to go right back to option. And they do. Quarterback will keep it that time. Great job by Beckett. That's exactly what you want to do. That end needs to go straight to the quarterback. Beckett, great job.
It looks like they might have that conversation we talked about different people's responsibilities when you're going against the option. Because so far this quarter, our defense has been a lot better against the option.
And holding penalty on the Sailors is declined. Will bring up a second down.
Wow, and the Steamboat now just continues to shoot themselves in the foot as we are at 5:07 left in this 28-7 Bulldog lead. And you kind of wonder right now, is Steamboat just happy to try to stay within 21 points in this game?
Trips receivers to the far side. Back to pass. He'll put it up to the trip side. Going to be good for about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, he ran the underneath route there and put it on the money. When this quarterback for Steamboat has had time, he throws a pretty good ball, but those have been few and far between, having any time to drop back other than that one-step pass.
Third down coming up. Motion to the backfield. Ball's loose, but pops right into the running back's hands. And he makes something out of nothing, is at least able to get 1 or 2.
Yeah, the first guy in on the tackle there was Torrin Hume. What a huge ball game for him tonight. Again, our defense, basically it's special teams, but you can call it all defense. We've got 2 touchdowns tonight. We have Torrin Hume with the block punt recovery for a touchdown, and you also have Mickey Klemper with the sack, strip, fumble recovery return for a touchdown. 14 points directly because of our defense tonight, and that's what wins you championships is great defense. As we have a big play right here, 4th down, and they're going to punt.
Snap is good. Beautiful punt. This one is not going to be returned by the Bulldogs. Kind of bounces laterally and goes out near the 37 where the Bulldogs will take over.
Well, we're talking about it. This is where you want that ball control drive, time consuming.
Bulldogs will put it up over the middle. That's that crossing route to Klemper. That's going to be good for a Bulldog first down.
Klemper's starting to build up a heck of a game now with some big stats. Both of our receivers, Klemper and Scranton, with big nights tonight.
Bulldogs will split it out this time, 2 wide. 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Give to the tailback. It's Navarez, and he'll have another Bulldog first down.
Nice to see him back running hard after having to leave the game earlier with an injury. So here's the handoff right up the middle, going back to our big bull, Passetti. That bowling ball full of razor blades, and he gets a nice gain right up the gut. And it keeps that clock rolling like we talked about as we're down to 2:13 in the 3rd quarter with a big lead for your Bulldogs.
2nd and 4 coming up for the Dogs, maybe 3. They'll go with the 2 wide again. Give to Passetti. And he is going to fall ahead.
For a first down.
Bulldogs have a new set of downs coming up.
And we just said it, let's be honest, Skip, the wheels are falling off the wagon right now for Steamboat, to quote somebody. There's a pitch, and there's a run to Navarez outside. Good job of Steamboat right there, but man, oh man, if the Bulldogs are able to punch this in, this game is effectively completely over, if it's not already over right now. Second down, we'll call it 7 for the Bulldogs.
Sweep to Passetti. He'll plow it ahead, shoulders down, first down Bulldogs.
I'm so glad to see that. We were just asking, we were begging for it. We said, put your big bull in now and just pound it up the middle on the edges. Take a 7-8 minute drive here and go deep into the fourth quarter. And now we have 37 seconds left in this third quarter, and the Bulldogs showing no reason right now to hustle up to the line, and that's great. That's what you want right now. Take as much time as you can off the clock, punch this in, and let's start looking forward to next week's huge league game.
Going to be a give right up the middle. Another good game for the Bulldogs. Going to get about 7 or even maybe 8. And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. I want to say thank you to all of tonight's sponsors.
And here we go. Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Craig Family Dental, Bank of Colorado. There's only one. Remember, you're watching all this on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. It's brought to you by all of these sponsors. Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises 24/7, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, I'm loving it, DMP Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook Chevrolet Ford and Subaru, Country Living, Realty LLC, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, machineries that move mountains, Epp and Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive Incorporated, Northwest Colorado Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Craig Family Dental, Brass Key Realty Limited, and Mountain Air Spray Company. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter of tonight's game.
Bulldogs looking to score once more. They're going to give it right up the middle to Navarez. Great push by the offensive line. And he brings it inside the 5. And it's going to be first down for the Bulldogs. First and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go,
So
first and goal.
Jefferson Pyatt in there, Shane, at fullback. Haven't seen him much tonight on offense.
Let's see if we hand it right up the middle
Motion
here.
to Teeter, give to Teeter, and he goes pretty much untouched all the way into the end zone. Touchdown! And the Bulldogs tack on another 6 and are looking with the extra point to push it to 35.
Hey, big touchdown from a military family. Give the shout out to Bobby Teeter and his son, Little Teeter, right there. Big touchdown. Hoorah!
Extra point attempt with 11:23 on the clock here in the final quarter of tonight's matchup between the Bulldogs and the Sailors. The kick is good, but there's yellow on the field. That means that there is a flag saying procedure Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs will try it again from 5 yards back. And no good that time as the penalty did it. And can't run that back, not in high school football. So 34-7 Bulldog lead here early in the fourth. Moffat County ready to kick. Nice kickoff. Going to go inside the 10, down near the goal line.
Oh, it
was
didn't
not
get.
fielded clean by Steamboat. And that spells disaster for the Sailors as they barely get it past the 10.
And a flag.
Another flag. You called it, Shane. We'll see what's... So the penalty goes against the Sailors, backs them up to their own 6. Not where they want to start from. Bulldogs will blitz. Klimper in there in a hurry, and he makes the tackle. He comes right in shooting through A-gap. Looks like the ball was out, but they're going to say that he was down, it looks like.
Boy, this second half, Klimper has been all over this field. Had a big touchdown scored. As we said already, 2 defensive scores in this game, 1 on special teams, but that's defense too.
Shane, I see the refs are talking about it now. They're going to see if it's Moffat County ball or not. So they are discussing whose ball it is. And they say, nope, second down. He was either down or Steamboat recovered. Either way, second and long. Ball is spotted on the Steamboat 4-yard line.
Yeah, and we said it before this play, and you just talked about it. The Bulldogs have figured it out with Klimper blitzing through the A gap. He is unstoppable as he's timing that snap count, and Steamboat can't even get a 1-step fade now as he's all over this quarterback.
Timeout, Steamboat. Bulldog defense anyway, Shane, hoping they can get a safety here.
Here comes Klimper, tried to time it, and he was offsides that time. But do you blame him? He looks like Von Miller out there trying to time that snap, because if he does, it's going to be a touchdown or at worst a safety. He'll give up those 5 yards for the kind of night he's had tonight. Here we go now. We've got Steamboat getting a little bit of breathing room from out of their end zone, and they're going to hand it off. And that defensive line for the Bulldogs, which has been dominant all night, continues that trend. Here we go. We've got the 3rd down for Steamboat. They're going to roll right, throw a pass. Looks like it's going to be completed for a short gain. And they're going to mark it here. Let's see where that puts him. So it's going to be short of the 1st down and going to bring up a 4th down with the score 34-7. So hey, we had a penalty delay of game. Steamboat's going to go ahead and punt. 5 yards didn't really matter that much there. It's a nice punt, and it's going to be down by Steamboat. Oh, and another flag. Imagine that. Here we go, a big penalty called. We're not quite sure, but it gives the Bulldogs huge field position. And here, man in motion. That's Alex Zamora.
Pass again, Shane. And Klimper's got the catch and close to a touchdown. And Beaver took a load that time. That was number 7 from the Sailors coming in and smashing your quarterback. Don't want to get him hurt with a 34-7 lead.
Yeah, big lead now. And hey, first off, great catch by Klimper. He's really adding to the stat side on a huge night. But in a game now where you're up convincingly with not a lot of time, you've got to be careful because you're going to play these guys the rest of your life.
Right. Bulldogs looking to attack on another touchdown. Give to Navarez, and he is gobbled up from behind and maybe loses a couple.
Yeah, he got hit hard. Steamboat with a little bit of aggression there said, "You're not getting in on this down."
All right, Bulldogs trying to finish the deal here. Give right up the middle, and it's going to be close, just shy of the end zone.
Yeah, we really want to get our big battering ram his touchdown that he deserves tonight now. If he's down there this close, might as well get it to him as our Bulldogs are dominating the Battle of the Valley here, just destroying Steamboat now, 34-7, soon to make it 41 or 40-7.
Give is going to go to Dominic. Sheds the first would-be tackler, and he's in for the touchdown. 40-7 lead with 7:44 on the clock. Bulldog lead.
Well, the way this game started is the way it's about to end with a battering ram coming full speed at you. He is a CDOT snowplow taking the snow right off of the Rocky Mountains here as he heads into the end zone, unstoppable, and makes that score now 40-7 as they will attempt the extra point.
Well, Steamboat bringing another injured player off the field.
Let's see if we can get this extra point. We've only missed one tonight, my friend. Let's see if we can finish this. And there it is, right through the uprights. And what a pleasant bonus our kicker has been later in this season.
Bulldogs ready to kick off. For all intents and purposes, Shane, this game is in the books.
Yes, sir, and it's got to feel great for these Bulldogs, especially the seniors, to come up here to Steamboat's field and put a whooping on them like this tonight. Hey, so the Bulldogs still with their starters in with this 41-7 lead. And they're going to play the defense here. Steamboat going to try to throw a pass. It's picked. Oh, and that had pick 6 written all over it. That was Spencer Brown. He would have walked and probably moonwalked into the end zone. Hey, so Kip, we were that close to having a mercy rule here with the pick 6. Spencer Brown had, I guess, some butterfingers there as a defensive back. But great play nonetheless. And another flag. Here we go, and hey, we gotta be honest, brutal are the words being thrown around up here for this second half for Steamboat. They actually got a shotgun snap off. Quarterback tries to gain some yardage.
Yeah, kids playing hard and everything, but the wheels have just came off the wagon. Just too many penalties, interceptions, the fumble recovery after they had momentum, where Mickey took it back for a touchdown. Just too many bad things. You just can't recover from that many things going wrong.
Here we go now. Bulldogs line up in their defense. Third and a very long 12 yards for Steamboat.
They'll go back to the fade route. This time the safety's right there. That's Cale Stratton over the head. Interception.
Oh!
And he takes it back to the 50. Great job. That's safety help there as he comes over, reads it like a book. Interception, Cale Stratton.
Hey, great way.
Right up the middle.
We're back. Well, here we go, Gib. You called it. 4 wide receivers. You're calling for the handoff right up the middle to Teeter. We shall see. Good call. You were psychic again. And a small gain for the Bulldogs as that clock continues to run with 6:25.
No changes on offense for the Bulldogs, Shane. They're keeping all their starters here all the way down the stretch. Dominic Passetti with a good run. That's going to be enough for a Bulldog first down with 5:50 on the clock. Bulldogs up 41-7, and now they'll bring in the subs.
Wholesale changes as a bunch of our future stars come onto the field, and a large group of our current stars and seniors leave the field to an ovation from their parents and the fans that have made the trek up here to Steamboat Springs.
So one of the things I noticed, Shane, right away is you bring in an entire new line in some backfield and you leave your quarterback in. That's scary, but we call a timeout. Let's see if we change it up and put our backup quarterback in there. All right, here we go. We'll see what this second team offense can do. Well, I say second team, you still got a few starters in there. I still see Teeter in there, he's a starter. And I also see Beaver at quarterback, he's a starter. And it's going to be a give off the right side. I believe that was Joe Campagna, Shane.
Yeah, it's our freshman getting a chance to carry the ball in this awesome battle of the biggest rivalry we have, Steamboat Moffat County. So how awesome is that for a freshman, Joe Campagna, to get a chance to carry it under the Friday night lights in his first game in this huge rivalry to see who owns the Valley.
Bulldogs will line it up with under 5 minutes on the clock. This time it's going to go to Connor Murphy, and he'll pound it ahead. Good for a few. Going to bring up a third down and short.
Here we go, third down, and we'll call it a long 4 for the Bulldogs. And there's more flags on the field.
There's the give. Back to Campagna again.
Yeah, so the second carry of the night for the super freshman Joe Campagna. Shout out to my son there at home, Sebastian Hadley. Your friend's getting some PT, some playing time here under the lights in Steamboat, as it'll bring up 4th down.
And the Bulldogs are going to try a field goal here. Going to be spotted at about the 30. Called a 40-yard field goal attempt coming up. This would be sweet if he could put it through. Hasn't had many opportunities to kick field goals this year. Axel Mendoza, ball spotted right on the 30. 40-yard field goal attempt. Axel Mendoza, ball's down. Kick is up. It has the distance.
Oh, it
hits the left upright and bounces down. Had plenty of distance. Hit a quarter of the way up on the left bar, but does not go through, and so the Sailors will take over. Bulldog defense all set. One more stop here, and they can put this one in the books. Pitch route to the Sailors. Going to be good for about 9. So the Sailors, after the penalty, will have a 1st and 15. Back to pass. Hits the slant over the middle. Has some room to run, making a few guys miss. It's going to be a big first down for the Sailors. That'll move the chains. I don't see any flags this time, as that will count, and it's a good gain for the Sailors. 2:10 on the clock. Bulldogs up 41-7. Back to pass. Little out route. That's going to be good for another Sailor. Well, no, they say he stepped out of bounds. That'll stop the clock, and he'll be just shy of the first down.
Okay, here we go. We've got a lot of young players in. Here's the snap. Steamboat with the handoff up the middle. And like Joe Pesci said, and my cousin Vinny, there is a lot of Utes on the field for Moffat County right now.
So Shane, did you say Utes?
I said Utes!
Whatever you're saying, just don't wear that suit again up here when we're calling games.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Youth is served on the field. And I'll tell you what, we're having fun up here as I'm referencing some of my favorite 80s movies. And we've got our future stars on the field. But I see number 17 out there, so he's still playing hard. And isn't that Mr. Scranton right now still in the ball game?
Kel Scranton's still out there. Still see a few starters out there for the Bulldogs.
Minute 24 left in this ball game, Kip, with your Bulldogs up 41-7.
Sailors back to throw. Quarterback scrambles. Looks like he's gonna tuck it and run. Hands up there, knocked down. Great job by Marcus Delgado. He gets his hand up, gets a piece of that ball, and batted pass.
Minute 18 left here in this ball game, my friend.
Steamboat staying in doubles. 2 receivers wide right, 2 receivers wide left. Quick pass, good for about 5, maybe 6. Clock will keep running. We're down to 1:12.
Here we go. We've got a minute 4 left in this 41-7 game, and we've got a false start by the Sailors.
3rd and 10 for the Sailors. They'll give it right up the middle. Has a little running room. Nice spin move, and he's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, number 1, Cannon Reese, the senior. And he tacks on 6 for the Sailors here with just under a minute left to play.
And he does the shout out, gives the thanks to God there at the end. So that's okay. We had our youngsters in there, our young stars, and Steamboat was able to get one in front of their home crowd. Makes this score 41 to maybe 14 now, and no harm, no foul there, as you're getting quality playing time for your players that are going to be playing a lot in this rivalry over the next few years.
Sailors will line up for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, going to land a little bit short. Looked like the Bulldogs might have got a hand on it. No good, 41-13, Bulldog lead. Sailors will line up to kick off. Wouldn't be surprised, Shane, if we see an onside attempt here.
When you mentioned the Steamboat's a real young team, so if they can bring a lot of these players back, as it's a kick right on the middle, but it goes to Klemper, right? And he's up the middle, and he might go. No, a big hit stops him with a 40-yard gain. And you were saying, Steamboat, if they can keep these young men out, a lot of young players on this team, very few seniors out here tonight. So the future is there for Steamboat. Just one of those deals where you got to get through this time right now. And they're coming off their first win of the season last week. Keep the players out. You get better next year, and you've got players that have one more year under their belt coming out next season.
Bulldogs only have to run one play here. One play is all they have to do. They can kneel on it right here, and then they don't even have to snap it again, and they can run the clock out. We'll see what they do. Bulldogs will run the dive play right.
Hey, Joe Campagna again with his 3rd carry. Epic night for that young man, getting the opportunity under these Friday night lights to have a big 4th quarter as a freshman.
And 33 seconds on the clock as the ball is blown back into play. And the Bulldogs do not even have to snap it. They can just run out the clock, and this game is in the books. Bulldogs will line up, though. Looks like they're going to run another play. Blake Jurgens now in at quarterback. And they'll give it right up the gut.
Joe Campagna again. He's putting together a nice little stat line as a freshman.
And flag on the play. I was like, why did the clock stop at 11 seconds? But there's another flag on the play. They're going to call holding on Moffat County with 11 seconds left at a 41-13 game. Stop that clock. And they'll back it up, and then they will start the clock again. And the Bulldogs can just stand there after the penalty and don't even have to snap it. Well, they haven't had to snap it for 2 or 3 plays now, but it looks like they're just going to keep running plays.
Second down and about 17 for the Bulldogs.
This will be the last play. And not sure about the conversation that's going on. I'm just like, see if they're going to run the play
Hey,
here.
they're like, hey, you going to eat at Wendy's tonight? No, I'm headed to McDonald's.
All right, here they go. Give right up the middle, immediately wrapped up by the Sailors.
And right up the middle for it being a 2.
And 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll be it. Bulldogs win 41-13. Want to say thank you to all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's Moffat County football. Craig Family Dental, Severson Supply and Rental, Memorial Regional Health, Bank of Colorado, Victory Motors, Hatton Enterprises, Miller Family Appliance, 3B Enterprises, Cornerstone Realty, GCR Tires and Service, Precision Auto Service, 360 Insurance Company, Mountain West Insurance, Kramer Flooring, McDonald's, Duran and Pierce Contractors, Cook Chevrolet Ford Subaru, Country Living Realty, Draper Insurance Group, Great Divide Cleaning Service, Chaos Inc., Young Life, Rocky Mountain Machinery, Eppin Associates, Rocky Mountain Automotive, Colorado Northwestern Community College, Identity Graphics, Craig Veterinary Hospital, Brass Key Realty, and Mountain Air Spray. You have been watching Bulldog Football right here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.